Alright, Cyclist fam, we're back today. I'm going to go do a clean out of a trailer court. We've got 3 vehicles that don't comply with the trailer court rules of registered running vehicles. They can't get their insurance at the trailer court with these things laying around. So we're going to go up there. We're going to try and be neighborly. They usually go pretty well. Every now and then they don't. So we'll see how this goes. But basically, you know, we're pretty good about it. I'll go knock on the door, talk to them about it. You know, see if they can move them or if we're going to have to tow them today. So we'll get into it and we'll see what it does. I'm going to go up, knock on the door, see if I can make contact with anybody and talk to them about hauling off these cars. Hey guys, I figured I'd throw a little clarification in here. I didn't really want to show the people, but I ended up talking to the lady that lived at the place, and really nice lady, having a rough time, kind of down on her luck. And so I used a little bit of my discretion, and she said she could get the cars moved. And so what we're going to do is basically I'm going to give her a day to get the cars out of there. So that way, that's about as long as I can drag it out and not look like I'm not doing my job kind of thing. And then after a day here, we're going to go back and see what we can do to make sure she's got them out of there. And that way everybody's happy, the trailer court's happy. You know, I don't have to be in an argument or take somebody's car, which is kind of a pain. You know, it's kind of the thing in Wyoming. It's, you got to feel for people. You got to be neighborly. I try and give people a chance, and that's why I go knock on the door. I don't just don't go over there and start loading up stuff. And I could, and call the cops and have a standby and make them let me take it. And I just don't think that's the right way in our neck of the woods of going about it. It's definitely like that in some places, and I've done it that way before, especially for people that are just adamant about, you know, not letting me do my job. But if somebody's good to me, I'm definitely good to them. And these people there, they were really good. They were just having a rough go. The trailer court's, you know, kind of wanting them to get their stuff cleaned up, and I don't blame the trailer court. They got to get their insurance, and they can't have it with that stuff laying around. But on the other hand, you know, the people there, they don't really have a means to move it. They don't have nowhere to put it. I think they're rounding up some people to come get them. And, you know, if this lady can sell them and make some money, you know, that's definitely more money than what she had. Or these people, I guess. So, you know, I exercised my discretion in this whole deal. And, you know, I gave them some time, you know, another day, basically, to get them out of there. And if I would have had other tows, I could have put them at the bottom of the list. But those were the 3 I had at the time. And so basically, you know, I tried to work with them best I could. In apartment complexes, it's a little different because there's not a door I can go knock on, or I don't know where the vehicles are from. The apartment complex doesn't know where the vehicles are from. So basically, we just go in and hook onto them and, you know, haul them out of there. You know, there's a lot of these videos going around where you got these guys run tow trucks and they just go in there and hook onto them, and it is, you know, it's a thing, and I've done it that way before. I've done repossessions before. I don't do much of that anymore, but cleaning out these apartment complexes, I understand it from both sides. We've been renters, you know, we've rented to people, and we've also, you know, rented from people. And I got a lot of vehicles, so I get it from both sides. But you know, basically it's one of them things where I don't know if it's the Wyoming way of doing it or whatever, but I try and be good to people, and I try and have compassion for people and treat them with respect, as long as they treat me with respect. And I think that's the biggest thing of the whole situation is you know, you get, I tell everybody in Wyoming, you get what you put out. And if you put out respect and honesty, then you get it from me. And I would say majority of people in Wyoming operate roughly the same way. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them a little time, day to get it out, and we'll go from there. I think we'll move on to a couple more different tows tomorrow, and kind of put her down, or them down on the bottom of the list, and, you know, see if we can give them as much time as we can and still be doing our job, is basically the best way of putting it. So, you know, hopefully I don't have to go back there and tow these vehicles. I'd rather not. I'd rather them guys take care of them, and, you know, it's just what it is. You know, I own the business. I can have some of that discretion. I don't get paid by the tow. Or I don't pay myself by the tow, I guess would be the best way of putting it. And that's kind of why I like to do it personally as well, is because I can give a little discretion, and my bottom line paycheck isn't 100% reflected on, how many cars I tow to the lot. So we're going to do that. We'll move on to some of the other ones, and then we'll get back and see how this turns out.
come full on after me. So we'll see how this goes. I mean,
privacy purposes. And so 99% of the time, nobody even knows I have it. But it's a peace of mind. And in Wyoming, they have to assume that I have a gun, and I have to assume that they have a gun, because that's pretty common around here. And it kind of keeps everybody on their good manners. The cameras as well definitely keep everybody's manners a little more on their forefront of their mind, because nobody wants to be a Karen on YouTube, or nobody wants to be viral. And so, you know, the chest mounted camera is right out there in the open. It's a GoPro, so it's pretty obvious, and I like it that way. I don't want to run a small body cam or something that's not noticeable, because, you know, I want them to see the camera, and that's just another thing that helps aid in you know, people keeping their manners and their wits about them. So we're gonna hop on the interstate here and head in there and see how it goes. So that was pretty fast and easy. Trailblazer looks pretty nice. The F-150's definitely been sitting. It's got like 2022 plates on it. So we got some other stuff we got to do with this. I'll probably stop down at the shop for a minute and then radio dispatch, or call the county law enforcement dispatch and let them know that I got this vehicle. We have 30 minutes from towing it to report that we have it, just in case people report it stolen or whatever. So it lets them know, like when they call dispatch to report their vehicle stolen, that it is not stolen and it has been towed because it was parked in the wrong spot, or whatever the case may be. So that's what we're going to do now. We'll get down to the shop where it's a neutral spot, and then call it in to dispatch, and then head out to the yard. guys, well, we've got the 2 cars towed that were up at Sage. They were real easy and quick, the Trailblazer and the F-150. I got to go back and see what there is at the lady's house that we first stopped at. I gave her a day. It turned out I ended up giving her about a day and a half because I put her down at the bottom of the list. Hopefully she's got them all towed out of there, but we're fixing to find out. If there's any left, then I got to tow them. So we'll go see how that goes. All right, it's been a long day. We've got 4 cars towed today. It worked out pretty good. The lady that I gave time to got 2 of the 3 out. The third one, she just didn't have the resources to get. I talked to her about it. She was really nice. Gave me the key to it. Said she's going to bring out the title tomorrow or when she gets a chance, kind of thing. You know, it's kind of one of them good things and bad things. Yeah, we're taking a vehicle. I try and be really cool about it. But also, you know, she don't have to worry about it no more. It wasn't nothing that she was going to mess with that I gather. I don't know for sure. But like I said, like I told her, she can come back and reclaim it too, or pay the tow bill and come get it if she'd like to too as well. Give her as much time as I could. And she was really thankful for it. She was a really good lady. You know, we did what we could. I did even offer to tow it to somewhere else for her for you know, pretty cheap tow fee. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, it was a good day. Everything worked out good. Nobody mad, which is kind of nice. Most of the time it works out this way. Every now and then we get one that's a little spicy. So we'll see. If you guys like these videos, you know, let me know and we can do some more of them. That sort of stuff too. They're kind of fun. I try not to be overly dramatic. I try and keep it quiet and peaceful. And it's definitely nice when they do work out that way. So for this one, thanks for watching.